Hey, boss. Boss, I think it is on. I think it is on. Yeah, it looks like it's on. Hello, uh, Tommy again. And I am Quasimodo, the gargoyle puppet. The main reason that I'm actually doing this is to keep me sane during the event. Um, so I've actually moved back home. Uh, this is my parents' house. It's in the basement. And I can't really work out nearly as much as I have been able to in the past. I know I don't look it, but I used to be about 70 pounds heavier, and I spent a lot of time, um, and I spent about an hour a day in the gym before all this mess. So, dear God, I hope I don't degenerate into a neckbeard doing all this. Uh, Good news is, if all this mess is over, moving in August to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. So I don't know if I'll be able to give this any attention at that point. But okay, stream of consciousness stuff. I thought I would take some time to explain just a brief channel introduction. Uh, so, you've probably seen that the name of this channel, Creepy Puppets Presents, uh, seems perhaps a bit out of place for an academic channel. The truth of it was that before I went back into professional academia, I worked for a little while in an elementary school, and I used to make guys like this, puppets, for for the kids. And originally, and this was 3 years ago now, the plan was that I made this channel. I was gonna shoot some puppet shows and show it off to the kids. But then I got distracted, and then COPA came down, so I had to scrap the idea of uh, any kind of children's media. Here's at COPA. We may use silly things, but we are discussing serious adult issues. Okay, so I'm going to figure out a better way to integrate these so that the name is still meaningful. Um, but that old plan is scrapped. So this is mostly a discussion of academic topics, primarily science and the philosophy of science, which are two areas that I'm very passionate about. Uh, so, so science, I'm really sort of interested in showing science the way it really is, the way people who actually are working professional scientists do stuff, and not the way you were taught science in high school or elementary school. Um, and as far as philosophy of science goes, I'm very interested in let's call it the fringe. I take a strong Feyerabendtian stance. Paul Feyerabend was an anarchist philosopher. Um, that there really isn't such a thing as pseudoscience. So I'm going to be exploring those fringe science issues and giving them serious consideration before we either accept or discard them. I'm telling you right now, I'm perfectly fine with astrology, cryptozoology, and parapsychology. And I think that last one is probably going to be something I'm going to focus on quite a bit because I want to talk about the intersection of science and religion. So, yeah, talking about religion is certainly something controversial. So, definitely not for kids. That heater over there is making horrible noises, and I don't know what to do about it. So, where was I? Uh, Religion. So I am rather unusual for a scientist in that I am a theist. and I was an atheist, and my journey from atheism to theism, even in the context of being a working scientist, is important, and it can be useful to elucidate all sorts of things. In particular, I am not just a theist, I'm a spiritualist. You know, the ultimate religion hated by atheists because, you know, and like the Christians think that we're Satanists, even though most spiritualists are also Unitarian Christians. But they think everyone is Satanists. They think everyone who isn't them are Satanists. But you know, usually, like even the Wiccans are defended by the atheists from the Christians. But you know, they consider us to all be malevolent frauds. So we get hate from both ends. And so, yeah, I've had paranormal experiences. I've had mediumship experiences where I was, you know, perceived stuff, sensed stuff, and could understand what the entity in the space wanted, and I couldn't explain that scientifically. Although I think I can begin to lay a groundwork for that now. So we're just gonna do as much as we can to shatter the stereotypes about scientists as shallow, unthinking materialists, which unfortunately a lot of them are. But some of us aren't, some of us are quite creative, and maybe we can do something coherent and productive with this channel. The one thing I will not talk about, with one exception, is politics. I want to make one video about politics, and then I will not touch the subject again unless it applies to like data science or something else. Like we might analyze polls, but if I do talk about political philosophy, it's going to be somewhere else. Look forward to more videos in the future as I do the best to not completely lose my marbles and thinking these guys are real. Au revoir. Bye-bye.